Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Calm Talk podcast, the podcast where we take everyday topics, slow them down, and help you improve your English listening skills while hopefully keeping you entertained. I'm your host, Sarah.
And I'm your co-host, Ben. It is great to be back in the studio with you, Sarah. How are things going with you today?
Things are going well, Ben. I have my coffee, the sun is shining outside. Well, actually, I think it's raining now, but in my heart, the sun is shining. How about you? You look deep in thought.
Deep in thought? No, more like deep in exhaustion. I'm doing okay, Sarah, but I have to be honest with our listeners. Today was a struggle.
Oh, no. Let me guess. Does it have to do with getting here?
You guessed it. It's the journey. It's the travel. It is the absolute nightmare of getting from point A to point B.
Which brings us perfectly to today's topic. Today we are discussing the struggle of commuting.
Commuting. C-O-M-M-U-T-I-N-G. It sounds like such a simple word, doesn't it? But it causes so much pain.
It really does. For those listening who might not be 100% sure, commuting refers to your regular journey between your home and your place of work or school. Whether you drive a car, ride a motorcycle, take a train, a bus, or even walk, if you do it every day to get to work, that is your commute.
And let's be real, Sarah. Unless you work from home and your commute is just walking from your bed to your desk, commuting is usually the most stressful part of the day.
I agree. It's ironic, right? We spend so much energy just getting to the place where we are supposed to use our energy. By the time we arrive, we are already tired.
Exactly. So in this episode, we are going to break down this struggle. We will talk about the traffic, the public transport madness, the parking wars, and of course, we will highlight some key vocabulary to help you express your frustration in English.
So, if you are listening to this podcast while you are sitting in a car or standing on a bus, we feel your pain. This episode is for you.
All right, Sarah, let's start with the drivers. I know you usually take the train, but I am a driver. I drive my car to the studio every day, and let me tell you, it tests my patience.
I can imagine. So, walk us through your morning. What happened today?
Okay, picture this. I woke up feeling great. I had a good breakfast, I walked out to my car, started the engine, and I thought, today is going to be a smooth ride.
That was your first mistake. Optimism.
Exactly. Never be optimistic about traffic. So I pull out of my driveway, and for the first 5 minutes, everything is fine. But then I hit the highway, and suddenly, red lights everywhere.
Ah, the sea of red lights.
It was a parking lot, Sarah. Nobody was moving. I was completely stuck in traffic.
Let's pause there for a second for the vocabulary. Stuck in traffic.
Right. To be stuck means you cannot move. You're trapped like glue. So when we say stuck in traffic, we mean the cars around you are not moving and you have nowhere to go. You just have to sit there.
And why was it so bad today? Was there an accident?
No accident. That's the annoying part. It was just standard, typical rush hour.
Rush hour. That is another key phrase.
Yes, rush hour is a bit of a funny term, right? It's usually longer than an hour, right? It's that period in the morning, maybe 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., in the evening, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., when everyone is traveling.
It's interesting because during rush hour, nobody's actually rushing. Everyone is moving very slowly.
That is so true. We should call it slow hour. But yeah, being stuck in traffic during rush hour does strange things to your brain. You start observing other drivers.
Oh, what did you see today?
Well, to my left, there was a man who was clearly singing heavy metal music. He was banging his head against the steering wheel. I think he was letting out his anger.
Better than road rage, I suppose.
True. And to my right, there was a woman doing her makeup, full makeup, mascara, lipstick, everything, while the car was moving. Well, inching forward. It was terrifying to watch.
That sounds dangerous, but I get it. When you're stuck, you try to multitask.
But the worst feeling, Sarah, is looking at the clock. I looked at my dashboard clock and it said 8:45 a.m. I needed to be here at 9 a.m. and my GPS said arrival time 9:15.
The panic.
The absolute panic, the fear of being late.
Late. It's a simple word, but it carries so much emotion. When you're late, you feel guilty, you feel stressed, and you start rehearsing your apology speech in your head. Sorry I'm late, traffic was murder today.
Exactly. I spent 20 minutes just stressing about being late. My heart rate was up, my hands were sweaty, and all I was doing was sitting in a comfortable chair inside a metal box. It's crazy how stressful doing nothing can be. But enough about my suffering. Sarah, you take public transport. You take the train, right? Surely that is more relaxing. You don't have to drive.
Oh, Ben, you innocent soul.
Uh-oh, I sense that I am wrong.
It is relaxing if you're doing it on a Sunday afternoon, but taking the train during rush hour, it's an extreme sport. It's a battle for survival.
Really? But at least the train moves, right? You don't get stuck.
The train moves, yes, but the problem isn't the speed. The problem is the people. It's incredibly crowded.
Let's look at that word, crowded.
Yes, crowded means a space is full of people. But when I say crowded on the morning train, I don't just mean full, I mean intimate.
Intimate?
Yes, imagine this. You're standing on the platform, the train arrives, the doors open, and you see a wall of humans. There's no space. But you have to get on that train or you'll be late. So what do?
You wait for the next one.
No, you push. You squeeze yourself in. You become part of the human Tetris.
Human Tetris.
Seriously, today I was standing so close to a guy that I could read the text messages on his phone. I didn't want to, but his phone was literally 3 inches from my face. That is what crowded means in the city.
That sounds uncomfortable. What about personal space?
Personal space? That concept does not exist during rush hour. You have elbows in your ribs, backpacks hitting your face, and the smells. Ugh, the smells. Coffee, perfume, sweat, rain. It's a unique cocktail of aromas.
Okay, you're making my traffic jam sound like a luxury vacation. At least in my car, it smells like my car air freshener.
Exactly. In a car, you have a bubble of privacy. On public transport, you share everything with strangers. And finding a seat? Forget about it. If you see an empty seat, it's like finding gold.
Do people fight for seats?
Oh, absolutely. It's a silent war. You see a person getting ready to stand up, and 3 people around them tense their muscles, ready to jump into that spot. It's very competitive.
So if you drive, you're stressed by the traffic. If you take the train, you're stressed by the crowds.
Precisely. It seems there is no perfect way to commute. But Ben, there is one part of driving that I do not miss, and that is the end of the journey, the arrival.
Oh, you mean the hunt? The hunt for the elusive parking spot.
Yes. Tell us about that, because sometimes I see colleagues arrive at the office building and they look angrier than when they left their house.
It's the final boss battle, Sarah. Today was a perfect example. I finally escaped the traffic. I arrived at the studio building. I was only 5 minutes late. I thought, okay, not too bad.
But you still had to park.
I drove into the parking garage. Level 1, full. Level 2, full. Level 3, crowded, but maybe, nope, full.
Oh my gosh.
I had to drive all the way up to the roof. And as I was driving up, I saw a car leaving. I got excited. I put on my turn signal. I was claiming that parking spot.
A parking spot is simply the designated space where you leave your car.
Right. And just as I was about to turn in, a small motorcycle zipped in and took it.
No.
Yes, I wanted to scream. I spent 15 minutes just looking for a parking spot. So technically, the drive took 45 minutes, but the parking took 15. It's ridiculous.
That sounds exhausting. Have you ever tried to find a different way? Maybe outsmart the traffic?
You mean take a shortcut?
Yes, take a shortcut. This is a great phrase. A shortcut is a route that is shorter or faster than the usual one. Usually, it involves going through back streets or small neighborhoods.
Oh, I have a love-hate relationship with shortcuts.
Why is that?
Because technology lies to us, Sarah. Google Maps will say, take this left turn to save 3 minutes. And I think, great, I will take a shortcut.
And what happens?
I turn left, and suddenly I am in a tiny street behind a market. There are chickens crossing the road, there is a delivery truck unloading boxes, and I end up stuck there for 20 minutes. So my shortcut actually made me even more late.
That is classic. The shortcut that becomes a long cut.
Exactly. I think sometimes we just have to accept our fate. We are going to be stuck in traffic, the train is going to be crowded, finding a parking spot will be hard.
So, what is the solution? How do we keep our sanity?
For me, it's audio. Podcasts, audiobooks, music. If I can't move my body, I want to move my mind. I listen to comedy to keep me from getting angry at the bad drivers.
That's good advice. I usually put on noise-canceling headphones on the train. I close my eyes and I pretend I am on a beach, not squeezed between two businessmen in suits.
Denial. I like it. Denial is a powerful tool.
Well then, I think we have complained enough for tonight. I actually feel a little better getting that off my chest.
Me too. It's like therapy.
Before we let our listeners go back to their own commutes, let's do a comprehensive review of the vocabulary we used today. This is the important part, guys.
All right, I'll start. First, we had rush hour. Remember, this is the peak time for traffic in the morning and evening. Example, I try to leave work early to avoid rush hour.
Next, we have stuck in traffic. This describes the state of being unable to move because of congestion. Example, sorry I'm late, I was totally stuck in traffic on the highway.
Then we talked about the fear of being late, not arriving on time. Example, my boss hates it when employees are late to meetings.
Moving to public transport, we learned crowded. This means full of people with no space. Example, the bus was so crowded I had to stand on one leg.
Then for the drivers, the struggle to find a parking spot, the specific space for your car. Example, I circled the mall for 20 minutes looking for a parking spot.
And finally, the risky move. Take a shortcut, trying a different, faster route. Example, we tried to take a shortcut, but we got lost.
There you have it, 6 essential phrases to describe your daily travel misery.
We hope that listening to this episode made your commute just a little bit faster, or at least a little bit more entertaining.
If you're listening to this in the car right now, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders. You will get there eventually.
And if you're on the train, hold on tight.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Calm Talk podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us for more English learning episodes.
We'll be back next week with another relatable topic. Until then, drive safe, stay calm, and keep learning. Bye.
See ya.